English Listening Podcast.
English Vocabulary Made Simple. Intermediate. Part 7. Victim. A person who suffers harm, injury, or loss as a result of a crime, accident, or other event. The victim of the robbery provided a description of the suspect. Justice. Fairness and impartiality in the treatment of individuals, the legal system, and the administration of the law. The pursuit of justice is essential for a just society. Local. Relating to or occurring in a particular area or neighborhood, a person from a specific area. The local bakery is known for its fresh bread. Continent. Any of the world's main continuous expanses of land, a large landmass. Africa is the second largest continent. Apply. To make use of for a particular purpose. You can apply this cream to your skin. Resource. A source of supply, support, or aid, a reserve of materials, assets, or information that can be drawn upon. The company's greatest resource is its talented employees. Fame. The state of being widely recognized and celebrated for one's achievements, talents, or actions, renown. Her talent brought her fame and admiration from fans worldwide. Drugstore. A store where medicines and medical supplies are sold. She went to the drugstore to buy cough medicine. Rear. The back part or area of something, to bring up, raise, or nurture. The children were playing in the rear of the yard. Producer. A person or entity responsible for the creation or manufacture of goods or services, one who manages and oversees the production process. The producer of the film was known for their creativity. Chemical. Relating to or involving chemicals, a substance with a distinct molecular composition. The chemical reaction produced a strong odor. Approving. Showing agreement or acceptance. Her approving smile signaled her consent. Slip. To slide unintentionally, often losing one's balance, a small mistake or accident. She slipped on the icy sidewalk. He made a slip in his presentation. Desperate. Feeling a sense of urgency, hopelessness, or extreme need, willing to do anything to achieve a goal. The survivors were desperate for food and shelter. Servant. A person employed to perform domestic duties or provide assistance, a person in service to another. The servant prepared a delicious meal for the guests. None. Not any, not one. None of the students were absent today. Capable. Having the ability or capacity to do something, competent or proficient. She is a capable leader who can handle difficult situations. Criticize. To express disapproval or judgment about the faults or shortcomings of something or someone. He criticized the government's handling of the crisis. Relatively. In relation to something else, to a moderate or reasonable extent, comparatively. The cost of living in this city is relatively high. Leave out. To omit or exclude someone or something from a group, list, or activity. They decided to leave out some details from the report. Instance. An example or occurrence of something, a particular case. This is just one instance of their generosity. Float. To rest on the surface of a liquid without sinking, an inflatable object used for buoyancy in water. The boat seemed to float effortlessly on the calm lake. Communicate. To share or exchange information, news, or ideas. They use email to communicate with their colleagues. Statue. A three-dimensional representation of a person or thing, typically made of stone or metal. The city erected a statue in honor of the founding father. Responsibility. The state or quality of being accountable for one's actions, obligations, or duties, a task or role for which one is accountable. Taking care of the children is her responsibility. Elbow. The joint between the forearm and the upper arm, a length of pipe with a bend or curve. He bumped his elbow on the table. Doubt. A feeling of uncertainty or lack of conviction, to feel uncertain about. She had a doubt about his honesty. Peak. The pointed top of a mountain, the highest point. They reached the peak of the mountain. Embarrassing. Causing someone to feel self-conscious, ashamed, or uncomfortable. His awkward dance moves were embarrassing. Pill. A small round mass of solid medicine. She took a pill to relieve her headache. Nearby. Close to, not far away. There is a convenience store nearby. Anti. A prefix meaning against or opposed to something. The organization was founded as an anti-corruption watchdog. Shock. A sudden and violent disturbance, to cause someone to feel surprised or alarmed. The news of the accident was a shock to everyone. The electric shock was unexpected. Suitable. Appropriate or fitting for a particular purpose or situation. The candidate had the suitable qualifications for the job. Observation. The action or process of closely monitoring or watching something or someone, a remark or comment based on perception. Her observation of the wildlife provided valuable data. Entirely. Completely or wholly, to the full extent or in every way. The task was entirely too challenging for him. Review. To assess, examine, or evaluate something critically, a critical assessment or evaluation of something. The manager will review the employee's performance. Typically. In a way that is characteristic or usual for a particular group or category, usually. Typically, he starts his day with a cup of coffee. Squeeze. To press something firmly, to compress or extract by applying pressure, a tight or narrow space. He had to squeeze through the narrow passage. Prime Minister. The head of government in many countries, the leader of the executive branch. The Prime Minister addressed the nation in a televised speech. Quality. The standard of something as measured against other things of a similar kind, the degree of excellence. The quality of their products is outstanding. Arrow. A slender, pointed weapon or projectile shot with a bow, a symbol or sign resembling an arrow. The archer's arrow hit the target accurately. Thief. A person who steals another person's property or belongings. The thief was caught stealing from the store. Secretly. In a way that is not known or seen by others. She secretly admired his artwork from a distance. Thumb. The short, thick first digit of the human hand, next to the four fingers. She gave a thumbs up to show her approval. Neither. Not one nor the other of two people or things, used to introduce a further negative statement. Either of them could solve the complex puzzle. Reality. The state or quality of being real or existing as opposed to imaginary or ideal, the actual state of affairs. The reality of the situation finally sank in. Governor. The elected or appointed head of a state, region, or administrative division, a person who governs. The governor announced new policies for economic development. Following. Coming after or in pursuit of, a group of people who are supporters or followers of a particular person, cause, or organization. The following day, he received an invitation. She has a large social media following. Achieve. To successfully accomplish or attain. He worked hard to achieve his goals. Ordinary. With no special or distinctive features. It was just an ordinary day at the office. Climate. The long-term pattern of weather in a particular area, the prevailing conditions of temperature, humidity, wind, and precipitation. The climate in this region is known for its hot summers. Arms. weapons, especially firearms, the upper limbs of the human body. The government agreed to disarm and surrender their arms. He wrapped his arms around her. Substitute. To replace or use in place of something else, a person or thing that serves as a replacement. She had to substitute almond milk for regular milk. String. A thin cord or fiber, to thread or arrange things in a line or series. She used a string to tie the package.